So Paul, today on the Happy Headers podcast, we're going to discuss workplace stress.
Yeah.
And I know that you have a lot of experience working with this as well. So
I do. Do you know what I hear from a lot of people, that they hate their jobs, and they get stressed and anxious on a Sunday evening, Sunday night, thinking, oh, you have to go into that place again.
Yes. Yeah. Isn't most of the heart attacks that ever happen in the world happen on a Sunday night before work Monday morning?
Yeah.
They've actually made a comparative link between older men having heart attacks on Sunday and the dread of going into work on a Monday morning.
Wow.
Isn't that horrible?
It is horrible.
And do you know that there's a huge majority of people in the world that go into work every day and they hate their jobs?
I do. And like, whether it's the work itself, or whether they hate their work colleagues, or the whole setup.
Yeah.
But I find when I coach people, that they're unsatisfied with their lives in general. They feel that life should have been something more.
Yeah. Yeah.
And sometimes they can be living by unrealistic expectations.
They've missed out
Yeah.
on things, I suppose.
Yeah, because my younger me, my teenage me, wanted to be a rock star.
Oh, yeah.
And I was talking to a friend at the weekend, and he said, "What are you doing this evening?" I said, "Well, I'm going to maybe mow the lawn, and I'm probably going to do some laundry and get it." And I go, "Just my younger self would disown me if he heard me." This is the pinnacle of my day. I'm going to do the laundry and hang it up because there's good drying weather out.
Yes, yeah, very practical person.
So if at my current age I still wanted to be a rock star, that would lead me to a lot of stress.
Yeah, definitely.
You know, I can't sing anyway. It has to be some grunge music.
Can you play an instrument or anything?
No, I don't, which is a bit of a drawback as well.
So I wonder what attracted you to the rock star
I don't know.
lifestyle then.
I think we just liked the kind of whole new age thing that was out at the time and talked about, and you got loads of attention from women. Whatever. You know, so you could dress like it.
Yeah, I love the song from Nickelback, actually. I want to be a rock star.
Oh, is it? Yeah.
It's so good. Oh my God, it's brilliant.
So,
such a good writer.
So people sitting in work, feeling my life is ebbing by, and what they're hoping for, they kind of go, I can't wait for next weekend or holidays.
Yeah.
And then they'll go hell for leather on the holidays. They'll eat, drink, whether smother themselves with suntan oil, lie out under the sun, and then they're back into the grind again.
If they're fortunate enough
retirement
to be able to actually afford to go on a holiday, do you know that the majority of people in the service industry cannot afford a holiday?
Yeah.
Isn't that shocking? And they're the ones that work like a lot of antisocial hours, and you know, that tends to creep up on you a bit as well, and it affects the circadian rhythm then as well. If you're working late into the evenings or the nights,
night
you're
shift
not
is a
getting
very
proper
unnatural
sleep.
thing. Like people,
Absolutely.
I hate it. You know, I never really had to do it a whole lot. But your job is you do nights this week, and then you're on days, and then you're
God.
And that really messes.
Yeah, when I worked for Google, actually, it was like that. Do you know, that's what it was like for the agents. They had to do like a week of days, a week of afternoons, and then a week of nights. Oh my God, their clock was all over the place. It was really tough on them now.
Yeah,
you know,
because you know how irritable you can be when you're tired, and then you go home and family life and whatever.
Yeah.
The demands. It's very easy for you to spark off then.
Yeah. I heard a lovely acronym one time, actually, HALT. Hungry, angry, lonely, tired.
Right.
At the times when you have to watch out for yourself. And I'm definitely one of these hangry people.
Right.
Like, you know this, Paul. Yeah, you're used to me. If I get hungry, I'm very agitated.
Yeah.
Like, I have to eat my food.
You see, that's a stress response.
It is, absolutely.
And this way, emotional eating, then a lot of people are compensating.
Oh, yeah, they do, certainly.
For, you know, like when people tell me they're emotionally eating, I say, what's the primary emotion you're comforting? And they might find it difficult to identify that. And I kind of say, well, you know, where are you? What? And they'll find maybe it's evening time when the kids are settled and job is done, and they'll just find themselves sitting down and eating stuff even though they're not hungry.
Yeah.
And so, what's the mood? And they can go, oh, pissed off, tired, a little bit of something for me.
Yeah, tired and wanting, isn't it?
Yeah.
But I think that thing around stress as well, there's a few major pit stops, I suppose, that you want to watch out for. And the the general way I suppose it starts to go is it starts off feeling a little bit stressed and high stress. There's good stress and there's bad stress, of course, isn't there?
Yeah.
I work very well under good stress. I
Yeah.
like a deadline. I like, a good hefty workload, and I get through it really well. But some people, it might turn them the complete opposite way.
Yeah.
So stress can go from being just really super stressed and anxious all the time into depression and then burnout. And that's never a good thing, is it, really, Paul?
No, you need to have an outlet for your stress. And when you're talking about good stress, like going to the gym can be good stress. Putting your muscles, your body under stress. And getting out. And you do need that. You do need hobbies. You do need a balance. You need something to get away from the pressure of work.
Yeah. What would you recommend? So if you have a client that has a lot of stress going on in their life, what would be the main areas that you would like them to work on?
A simple thing that I ask people to do is to say, if insofar as you can in the morning, first thing, if you can get up ahead of everybody else, go for a quick walk. 5 minutes that way, 5 minutes back, and people go, well, that's not tremendous exercise. It's not exercise you're after. You're going for headspace.
Yeah.
On your walk, set out your stall for the day. You kind of go, okay, I have to do this and this, I have to be into work, and I have to go into a meeting, and then I have to meet somebody at dinner time. I have to get food shopping on the way home. I have to do the laundry in the evening. I have, when you're doing that, your subconscious mind is observing you. Your subconscious mind is part of your mind that emotionally reacts. It stresses. And when your subconscious mind is observing you, it's kind of going, Paul's on top of things today. He's got a plan. Now, your plan is no more than stipulating what it is you need to do. Yeah. Later on in the day, go for a similar walk and ask yourself, how closely did that day go to the way I thought it was going to go? And then you'll get tremendously good at being self-observing, watching yourself, and you kind of go, gosh, no wonder I was stressed. I took on a heap of stuff. I shouldn't have I should spread that out. I should have delegated that. You get you get good at self-management, and then you're much more on top of things. And ultimately then I get somebody to kind of go, well, what do you get out of your job? And if their answer is money, well, that's valid. But satisfaction, you spend so much of your life working. Yeah. You need to get something more, and maybe then you could coach somebody into looking to change job, change career, or even developing a hobby that is in line with what they want out of life. So it could be a part-time rock star.
Well, I agree with that, Paul. I think it's important to have fun in life, isn't it, as well?
Absolutely.
Yeah, and I think that's where a lot of people get acute stress disorder, or they come up with something that's outside of that, safe space for their mind, I suppose, isn't it, really? And they get very, very down, and things get on top of them when they stop having fun, And I think if you have a family and a full-time job, it's very difficult, isn't it, for a lot of people? And the support is important. So having good friends around you, family, making sure that you're recharging your battery and you're not around people who are battery drainers. I'm a big believer in that. Good sleep
is
hygiene.
Very important, because you get growth hormones are developed when you sleep, and your body's allowed to repair. But if you don't get your quota of sleep, you're going to be deficient the next day, and that's going to accumulate, and something has to give in the end. Yeah. So again, with people who can't get a full night's sleep, I'd say to them, take 20 minutes just to close your eyes in the office, set an alarm on your phone. Even if you don't think that you sleep, just close your eyes and a couple of deep breaths, and it's enough to recharge your battery a little bit. Yeah, it's like having a spare battery pack for your phone.
I love it.
To get you to over the line. So your sleep doesn't have to be 7 or 8 hours on one whole block. If it could be, great, but if it isn't, punctuate your day with little naps. There are people, and I saw this one time, and I thought it'd be an interesting experiment, where there was this guy who didn't do the conventional sleeping thing. He would sleep for 20 minutes every 4 hours. And he kept it going, so he was going around the clock day and night, and he found himself to be extraordinarily productive.
Right.
Because every 4 hours, he was just going, so it was difficult to get into it at the start.
Oh my God.
But after a week or so, your body clock adapts and expects, I'm going to go into deep sleep, 20 minutes, 4 hours, boom, and out. I would contend whether it was deep sleep or not.
Yeah.
You need deep sleep. But it was something I thought, I'd love to experiment doing that, and then I thought, no, I wouldn't.
Do you want your clients to be okay, Paul?
I need to be okay.
Yeah, you kind of need to be all right for that crack.
Listen, let us know your what do you do to de-stress? What's your antidote to stress, to life?
Yeah, and if you need any help with this, of course, you can always reach out to us here in the clinic on 09064 55302, or visit thewellbeingteam.ie.
Hit that subscribe button.